Why early college again? Workers with an associate degree earn an additional $150 a week on average than workers who have only a high school diploma. Why early college? Average cost of an associate degree from ACC, from their website, $22,500. I believe that includes some housing. The cost to an Alpena early college student and parent is $0. Why early college? It is not uncommon for new college students to struggle with adjusting to college life. In fact, academic, financial, and personal difficulties cause 24% of college freshmen in the United States to drop out before sophomore year. It's a rough transition for some. We help bridge that gap too. So APS, what do they provide? They provide tuition, books, fees paid in full, all sorts of fees, guys, different things. Administrative and counseling support, communication with parents and students, and early college coordinator to act as a mentor. That's me. And why mentoring is an important part of early college. Studies show that impactful relationships, caring and competent, are necessary, and that's from Protective Factors Framework. A supportive setting is imperative for students to engage in early college experiences. Regular meetings with students increase college readiness. Right now I meet with my 12th and 13th students about once a month. 11th grade also, but they're still in the building for the most part, so I can pop in on them quickly. They can pop in with me. Works out pretty well. The other ones get to make appointments. Individualized help aids with student schedule planning. We work well together, try to help with the schedule planning, but I also send them to their ACC advisor to make sure they're getting what they need for their program. Accessibility to assistance is critical for student success. It really is. So I have an office at ACC. I'm there 2 days a week, so they know when and where to find me. And quite often they just pop in with questions or concerns, and then I'm here the other 3 days a week for the rest of the students. An early college mentor makes a difference. Mentored students are 55% less likely to skip school, 78% more likely to volunteer in their communities, and 130%, it's okay, more likely to hold leadership positions. ACC provides some great things for us too. Summer orientation, academic advising within the program of study, like I mentioned, because they're the experts in the field. Early college contact for students when they're on campus. In-district tuition rate paid by APS. Aggiplacer testing, which just helps us determine where they're at with reading and math. Free tutoring, behavioral health counseling, and career search services. And I've been sending students to at least the tutoring quite a bit lately, because we're at that point in the semester. The chance to participate in intercollegiate sports for students in their 13th year, and this is new. We're really excited about this. So if you ever have detailed questions about that, you know where to find me, hopefully, in the high school media center, or you can always email me. So students who are really excited about a sport that ACC has, just very well may be able to play it their 13th year at ACC. Who is eligible? Alpena High students must apply in 10th grade. That's why you're here, right? Cohort will be announced by May or June of 10th grade. Students must meet ACC enrollment guidelines, of course, and hopefully interested in pathways the ACC offers. And they have so many that we can find something pretty darn close, if it's not exact. Early college student attributes. We do expect maturity, somewhat. We expect some motivation. We expect them to be self-disciplined or working on it, getting there. Career-focused, self-reliant, and adaptable. And those are all attributes we work on, okay? And in 11th grade, we have a Ready You session where they meet with me a couple times a week, and we talk about the things that make a good student, a successful student, and we work on conditioning and empowering. Special emphasis is on first-generation low-income students, but that's not a requirement. Students may participate in prom, graduation ceremony, senior activities, sports, ACC student activities. So the only exception to that really would be the sports. You can't do a high school sport in 13th grade, but you can do college level sport hopefully. They have what you're looking for. So for Alpena Early College, the next steps. Your current 10th graders, right? This meeting's going to count for the required attendance at informational meetings. We have one in the fall and one in the spring. It's okay to go to both. Applications for cohort 10 will be available in my office. You guys will get them here. But I also have them in the office. I have them in the main office and in the counseling office. They'll be there tomorrow. And everything, as far as the application packet, is due Friday, March 10th. And there really is no exception to that. Okay, if you have something come up, you need to contact me. But for the most part, we have lots of time to get these in. Where do you We'll be turning everything into the main office at the high school. And then interviews for the student will be conducted in March or April, and participants will be named in May or June. The current 9th and 10th graders work with counselors to ensure you're on track for completing high school requirements. Tell them you want to be an early college candidate. I know that's happening right now, right? The pink sheets, is that what they are this year? The pink for scheduling. The students come to me because they're freaking out, I don't know what to put. Okay, if you really think you have a good chance of being in this program and you want to, and of course you do, right? That's why you're here. You want to put on there for your 11th grade year a placeholder for early college. For one class for early college in the fall and one in the spring. Okay, for your 11th grade year. And hopefully that was communicated effectively in the counseling you're getting. If not, I hope I just helped you. If you're still confused, you know where to find me. So in the application packet, there are 5 things. Enrollment timeline checklist, and you're going to keep that. A lot of people give it back to me. I don't want it. Okay, because it's for you. Cover booklet, including student and parent guardian information sections and student essays section. Parent-student agreement, so there's a front and a back. The front says parent, the back says student. All right, very important that you read the bullet points on that agreement. We'll go over it just a little bit. 2 teacher recommendation forms and ACC paper application. So I think at this time, I could probably pass a few of those out so that we can go through them together in case you have questions.
Or if students want to come down and get it.
Yeah, that would be quicker.
If you're a student who wants to come grab one, take it back.
It's the whole thing. Oh, I know. Don't be intimidated. Anybody else on this side need one?
It's okay. You can take one.
Yeah.
While Lori's handing that out there, usually my voice is loud enough. As she mentioned, my name is Mike Colleen, and I simply say this. I was in Tawas last night doing the same thing where we do the presentation down there because they don't have an early college advisor like Alpena does and Alcona does. So I did the whole presentation down there. I typically tell people that, in all honesty, you and Alpena, if you're in 10th grade, this is a no-brainer. I say that nicely. Take it from somebody who works at the college, and every year I have students in my office, and oftentimes I have students who just graduated from Alpena High School or is in early middle college, and they're in my office at the same time. Okay? And one's a college freshman, and one is a 13th year early middle college student, right? Because right now I understand as 10th graders, one of the most difficult decisions some of you are going to have to make is, I'm going to stay in Alpena that 13th year. Because in 10th grade, you're thinking, how do I get out? I want to get out of here. I get it. I've been there. I had kids too, all right? But you don't know what's going to happen. So every year, I always have a couple of friends walk in my office, they're doing stuff, and one's in her 13th year early middle college student. She has 100% of her tuition, fees, and books paid for with support by either Mr. Fitzpatrick in the past or Mrs. Nugent now, myself, Mr. Darren Leitner, who works at the college as well. That person has all that. And her friend, who's sitting in some of the same exact classes, is at our financial aid office, filling out a student loan application, at the cashier window paying for check, cash, or credit card, at the bookstore trying to get money to pay for those books, because in 10th grade that student couldn't make the decision to say, I'm going to do this. They thought they were going somewhere else. For some of you who plan on going to get a 4-year bachelor's degree, you're going to get there. Central, Saginaw Valley, Ferris, Lake State, Northern, you're important to them. And they will take you after a 13th year. Does that make sense? And in the long run, you're going to save a lot of money. And what you're going to do is you're not going to take out student loan, because that's a 4-letter word, which creates another 4-letter word, which is what? Debt. And this program can change people's lives because you're going to get out of college with significantly less student loan debt in the support. As they mentioned, back in 2014, I was at that very first meeting when we decided to do this. And I was sort of thinking, I don't know. Mr. Fitzpatrick wasn't even here yet. We had a different person in the interim. And it took off. And now we at Alpena Community College, we have dual enrollment partnerships with 24 high schools. We have early middle college partnerships with 9 of them. And it is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely amazing. It's a great opportunity, especially if you're looking at any of our technical programs. If you're looking at going into our concrete, utility, or automotive, or welding, and you're looking at a 1-year certificate to get a credential in your back pocket, to get those employability skills to go to work, why not? You want to get into our nursing program? You can do it. We've had people graduate with their LPN, a credential, an employable credential, 100% debt-free. I know some people think that sounds like it's too good to be true. There's over, 400 early middle colleges in the state now? There's over 400. And when Alpena did this 10 years ago, they were number 50, I believe. I think so. And it's blown up since then. So I just tell you that you got to make the right decision for you, but this is a great opportunity. I hope you get a chance to really think about it, talk about it, and consider it, because I don't think there's many people who join early college and say, that was the worst decision I ever made. I don't think so, when you get free college. So great opportunity. Great opportunity. Right? Go ahead.
One quick thing, there's a couple reasons why this is a good idea. 70% of our kids finish here and spend some time at ACC. So for all of them, there's no point to not do it for free with a mentored process, to start early. We do a good job teaching academics at the high school, but we don't teach kids how to be college students. And that's the difference between this program and dual enrollment, is we really will teach your student how to become a successful college student. I ran into a graduate's mother today, and she said to me, I'm so happy that my son did early college. He still has the habits that you taught him. He treats life like a professional. She said when he has something that he has to do, he does it first before the things that he wants to do. And that's what we want for our kids. We want them to be professional. We want them to be mature. We want them to learn the habits that they'll need to be successful in the real world, whether their next step is more education or into the workforce. I'm taking home an application for my daughter tonight. So I can't vote for this program any stronger than the fact that I'm putting my own child into it. I'm very proud of the number of families that we've had multiple siblings from. I have one family that's on child number 3 that trusted us to take on. And I want to address a concern for people. Since day one, we designed this program to help kids move forward. Okay? It is not I'm trying this on like a new pair of shoes. It's a commitment. If you get your dream scholarship to your dream university in the end of 12th grade, we're going to shake your hand and tell you good luck. But it's not for you to try out for a month in your junior year. You become an off-track graduate when you leave the program early. And so we expect people to make a commitment. And that being said, we return that commitment and say, if you get a football scholarship to U of M, or you get a full academic scholarship to Southern California, or wherever it is that you dream of going, we're going to tell you thank you and good luck, and let us know how you did, and I hope what you learned while you were here helped you. So there's nothing locking you in here, but we do expect a commitment. I routinely have kids that maybe in the middle of their senior year say, I don't want to do this anymore, because they're discouraged, or the work, the amount of work it takes to succeed in life is more than they were ready for. And what I would say, there's always a pathway to finish at least 12th grade. You're going to finish at least 12th grade here anyway. And so plan on sticking it out the entire 3 years, but if you have an exceptional circumstance, we will not stand in your way. We are not here to tell kids, you're locked in here, you have to wait on the opportunity. The opposite side of that coin is, I had a student a few years ago that at the end of 12th grade was a 4.0 student, 4.0 at ACC, and did great on the SAT, and U of M said to her, we'll give you a 4-year full ride. And I said, go get it, and she actually turned it down. She got the same offer the following year. They won't tell you that all the things that made you a great candidate in 12th grade will also make you a great candidate in 13th year, but you'll be even stronger. And she said to me when she said, I've decided I'm going to stay for 13th year, I'm just not ready to go out and live in the world by myself yet. I'm not ready to go live in Ann Arbor all by myself. I've lived in a small town my whole life, I'm close with my family, and I need a little bit more time to mature. And so early college will give your child 3 great advantages. A, the money, we just talked about. It's a win. There's no way around it. It's the saddest thing in the world to me when I have a kid that came to the meetings, thought about applying, and decided not to, and then after 12th grade I see him at ACC walking down the hallway. Yep. He made a big mistake. Okay? The second thing is we're going to help them make that leap from high school academics to college academics. And it's a supported process as they make that hugest jump of their life in maturity and responsibility, and we're going to help them through that process. We will do it incrementally and at the speed that your students prepared for. Some students are ready to fly, and Lori will cut them loose. Some students need to meet with her every single day just to keep it together, and we will do whatever it is that your kid needs in order to be successful. The final thing that they'll get is what I just talked about with that young lady. They get an opportunity to mature, to go off into the big world a year later, when they're a year older, where they're more experienced, and they just have to make the change to living in Ann Arbor, Kalamazoo, Mount Pleasant, and not the change from living in Alpena to Mount Pleasant, and also a huge academic leap that they may or may not be prepared for. Colleges love our kids. The universities love our kids. Prior to COVID, Central Michigan was sending a bus to pick us up, to take us to campus every year. Any early college kid that you want to put on this bus, take them over, we want to show them our campus, and we want them there. We've had multiple Centralis President's Awards winners, full rides at Central Michigan, full rides at University of Michigan, full rides at Michigan State. Pretty much anywhere that we send kids to, we've had kids have great success at. And so I really encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity, and it doesn't matter what program you're going into. If you don't know and Trust us, kids, you don't know what you're going to do the rest of your life. Maybe one or two of you in here do, but you're going to discover a whole world out there that you didn't even know existed when you get out of town here, and you'll find out that you're really interested in biology or political science or something else. But in the meantime, you keep moving forward towards that goal, and that might mean doing the same 40 credits that every university student has to take in general education, 2 social sciences, 2 science labs, 2 English classes, 2 math classes, all this stuff that everybody needs for every degree if they just left after 12th grade. And one of the pathways forward for you is just doing general eds and getting them out of the way so you don't have to do them when you get to university. The final thing I'm going to tell you is this. The $15,000 that we want to save you at ACC is $60,000 if you go to Central Michigan. It's $80,000 if you go to Michigan State or Michigan, right? That 60 credits that you could earn in here that's a great deal at ACC in our community is much more expensive out in the rest of the world. If you go out of state, it's $120,000 to get those 60 credits. And so this is a great opportunity. Don't even look at the savings as the 15. Think about the savings as what you'd pay if you went straight to a 4-year college. And the difference is massive. You have a chance to really give yourself a great head start towards whatever career you're looking for. If you want to earn a professional credential and spend the rest of your life living here in town, you love it here, it's a great head start for you. If you want to go out and explore the greater world and go off somewhere far and exciting, it's a great head start for you too. Basically, the only 2 people that are not good fits for this are people where money is not any concern, and that's very few of us in Alpena County. And you just got $100,000 in your pocket that's burning a hole in it, and you really don't need it, and so you want to spend it as quickly as you can. Or a person that's an absolute NCAA scholarship athlete. And that's not a lot of people in our building. So for the rest of us, this is a great fit and a great opportunity.
I think we'll just take a couple of minutes and look through the inclusions that are in your application packet, if you want. First one is the enrollment checklist. It's a timeline checklist, and yours looks a little bit different, but everything included on the bullet points is the same. So you're at the meeting, so let's go down to March 3rd, early submission deadline, scoring bonus if you turn it in by March 3rd. And then March 10th is the final deadline. March, April, application review and interviews. April, AccuPlacer testing. May, June, acceptance letters mailed, roughly. June, required early college cohort 10 meeting. In August, required student orientation at ACC. And then classes begin August of 23. The application itself has the cover booklet on the front. There's a lot of information there. Please make sure you read it together with parents. Okay. It has some important things noted. Please put your name at the top. You see that first blank. And then at the bottom, the deadline, loud and proud there, right? And then also below that, what happens if you turn it in early. Okay, some bonus points. Student and parent guardian information sections, pretty self-explanatory. Just going to take a gander and see if there's anything that I remember from last year that students have trouble with. Okay, so see the section, the part that says academic program indicated on the ACC application. So I had several students who misunderstood that and didn't know what to put there, either left it blank or just put something totally different than what they had put on their ACC application. So whatever you're putting on your ACC application for your program of study, and we like to encourage general studies or liberal arts, because unless you're 100% sure you want to go into utility tech or something like that, we like to start you off general just to be safe, so you get the right advisor.
Right, so that application, the program, liberal arts is if you don't know. Liberal arts is a nice way of saying, I don't know. Okay, that's just our general education, our MTA classes, Michigan Transfer Agreement stuff. But you can change and update your program of study as often and as many times as you want, as Mrs. Nugent knows. I think we had a student change their mind 2 times or 3 times in one day. And she keeps sending me emails, and I'm like, got it. Their advisor now is this person. When are they gonna make up their mind?
I'm getting
It
better at
doesn't
saying
matter.
sleep on it.
It doesn't matter, okay? But if you are criminal justice, nursing, business, automotive, and you know that right now, put that program of study, because that helps us assign you the appropriate academic advisor at the college within that discipline. And once again, you can change it, you can change it, we're updating. So that's important to, don't leave that blank. Don't leave it blank.
Student essays, again, pretty self-explanatory. If you read the directions, please do your best job, okay, in your best handwriting. Yes, your own handwriting, I know. You can print, that's okay, but it's gotta be your own. Parent-student agreement, I just took a snip of this, I think I cut off the top. But, so this is the one where on the front side is the parent agreement. Not everything is exactly the same, guys, so make sure you're reading both sides and every bullet point. I know it's a lot, okay? There's a lot there. And anytime you have a question about something, you can ask, okay? Really important things, because at the bottom, if you notice, it's a signature. So what you're signing to those bullet points, okay? Front side, parent signs, flip side is the student signs. Teacher recommendation forms have changed a little bit. You may have friends who did this a little bit differently. But you have 2 hard copies in your packet.
He doesn't have one.
You don't have,
The recommendation form, we get it.
Oh,
all right, they're not in it. Okay.
no, they're in there. Maybe just not one in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, thank you for that. So the hard copy form, again, explicit directions, and it says students. I expect you to fill out the section that says student name, teacher name, courses or course taught, okay? That part I would like you to fill out so that when you request that from your teacher, that's all done for them. And they have asked me to ask you that, okay? And I think you can handle that. And you ask your teacher, you present that to your teacher, and then if they choose to fill out the hard copy and turn it in to me, that's great. If not, they're going to do it online. They have a choice to do it online as a Google form. All right? And I've asked that deadline is a week early because I want to make sure those teacher recommendation forms get back to me before, so you guys don't have to worry, okay? And you can check with me anytime. Yep, they're in, okay?
So if I could say something on that, Mrs. Nugent talked about the deadlines here. So if you're a student really interested in this, when are you giving this to a teacher? Tomorrow? Good answer. Monday? Not March 9th? I don't know if there's any teachers in the room, but my wife's a retired one and my daughter's one, and they're busy. And you can't walk up and say, hey, can you do this for me? I need it tomorrow. They're going to say, well, when did you get this? 3 weeks ago? Okay? Be responsible. Think of a good teacher tomorrow. Monday. Okay?
And those forms will come directly to me from your teachers.
Right.
Okay? One has to be a core content teacher. The ACC application is linked here. You want to go back to the link? Just click on the link for us. Thank you. And then do you want to
Yeah,
take that?
real simple. I know I could have seen on many of you over the last couple of weeks in your CTE class, and you may have already done an Alpena Community College application because you're doing a direct credit class. Hopefully you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, then you're not in one of those classes. You still need to fill another one of these out. I would ask you to fill it out completely still. And some of the reasons are this. Maybe you filled out a direct credit ACC application last year and you moved. This is going to update your mailing address. This is going to update your phone number. This is going to give me your program of study we just talked about that's important. Okay? If you're writing this, which I think many of you are going to be handwriting this, you can go to our website and fill it out and print it and sign it if your handwriting's bad. But please keep in mind that I and my secretary need to be able to read it. You know, your 4s can't look like 9s. Follow me? Your S's can't look like Q's. All right? So please take your time, fill this out completely accurately. And here's the other thing I often tell people. I know it says address and it says street right there. And so many of you are going to put Washington Avenue. Well, you live in a house on the side of the road that's got a number on it, right? You don't just live on Washington Avenue. You live on a house on the side of the road. Don't forget the house number. Because I have to call Mrs. Miller in the office a lot and say, hey, can you tell me where so-and-so lives? Okay? So go through this form, fill it out correctly, have mom or dad look at it. For those of you who have filled out job applications, it'll be similar. Okay? Sign it, get it in. Mrs. Nugent will get it to me. We'll take it from there.
And they'll be marked for dual enrollment, correct?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mark dual enrollment, but if you want to put like early middle college or something over in this little open space here, if not, I'll know your early middle college because I'm going to get them from Mrs. Nugent. But if you want to, that's fine, okay? And then your years of high school attendance. You all started high school in 2021. Your 4 years would be to 2025, right? But what did we just do? We're adding the 5th year. So your years of high school attendance are going to be 2021 to 2026. Because we got to code you correctly that way also. That make sense? So that's your years of high school attendance. It's not 2021 to current, or 2021 to 2023. Okay? I'm looking for that span of your high school career. Right?
And you probably already mentioned the programs to study.
Oh yeah, they're all in that. Yeah, or check out our website. I mean, we got a lot of videos. Some of our programs got videos, and you can check out the curriculum and all that. Go to our website. It's really easy. Click on Programs tab, scroll out programs. Real simple.
Okay. We can go back to, I think there's only one left. I had the back page. We can go back to the slide. All right. And then what questions do you have for me or anyone? Yes.
Is there a list of colleges that ACC credits transfer to?
Number of ways we can do that, but if you have a college in mind, I like to go right to that site and look up transfer equivalencies to see what's coming from ACC, the transfers there. There's also the Michigan Transfer Network website, and we use that too. We also can use ACC's website. Number of different ways. It just depends. Some college websites are more user-friendly than others, but we do that quite a bit. With students, I do that extensively, looking up transfer equivalencies, yeah.
mitransfer.org. mitransfer.org is a great website to look at where all classes transfer to pretty much any college in the state of Michigan, public and private. Remember, you got to get a C or better to transfer. Not a C minus, a C or better to transfer.
Yeah. You're adding on the extra year for their college. They still graduate with their graduating class.
They still walk with their graduate, their 12th grade graduating class.
Okay.
They just don't have that pretty diploma to back it up until the next year. But nobody really knows that, right? They see them walk across the stage, nobody really knows that. Right? What else? What else you got?
For kids who have dual enrollment or qualify for dual enrollment or AP classes, do those count for early college credits, or do they have to take separate classes at the same time at college?
So if it's an early college student, they wouldn't be dual enrolled technically, and they're dual enrolled, but they're part of early college.
Yeah, just because like she's eligible to take calculus next year,
Yeah.
and so she was going to do dual enrollment for that.
So we
but-
talk.
Okay.
We talk about what we start with for the class, because there are situations where a student needs that for their next stop in math. So we have conversations about it and we make it work, yeah.
Okay.
The other thing that you asked though was
With
the
AP classes, yeah.
So they definitely come in depending on the score, right, for the test. The
Yeah.
student takes a test and depending on the score, they come in as credits for ACC.
The other nice thing about AP is they do not count towards our cap of 60. So AP is an opportunity to earn college credits. but they do not count in that 60 credit cap that the state puts on us. That means that I've had students that have graduated with 72 college credits because they earned 4 credits, 12 credits through AP classes, and 60 to earn their associates at ACC. So you can actually circumvent the maximum opportunity by taking AP courses. There's 2 kind of decisions that you have to make. In general, the regular students in our high school don't have the opportunity to choose if there's a class offered at the high school and the same class is offered at the college. We do. So we can do it either way. An AP student takes a year-long rigorous course and has the opportunity to earn 3 college credits. An early college student can also choose to take English 1 and English 2 and earn 6 college credits in the same time span without having to pay to take a test. So it opens up some nice opportunities for kids. And they can do either in both if they want to.
Okay, thank you.
What else?
If he's taking the CTE classes and earning college credit already, that's just raising on the game on top of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Make sure if you're already enrolled in ACC for dual enroll or for CTE that you just mark on top. Put your student number, is that the easiest way to do it?
Yeah.
Put your student number on top, still put your name in, but then you're done with everything else. You just got to put your accepted at ACC student number and then put your name on the thing.
The ACC student number.
Because you're already in the system.
But update your address and program of study.
Yeah, please. Phone.
So he all he has to do is just the student number and his name and that's it?
Update address and program of study and sign up.
If it's different, yeah, if it's different. Yeah.
Right.
Anybody else have questions? Okay, students, let me give you my best piece of advice. Your best early college knowledge. If you start today, at college, there's deadlines, and they're real deadlines, and they're firm deadlines. In our jobs, parents, there's deadlines. They're real firm deadlines. The tax man has a deadline. There's things that you have to file by certain dates. There's bills that have to be paid by certain dates. You have to get used to not waiting until the last second. The college will allow you to turn in papers at midnight on Tuesday that are due at 12:01 on Wednesday morning. But if you do that, you will get burned. You will have an internet outage. You will have a problem that can't be fixed because there's no one available at 11:59 when your computer's not working on Tuesday night. Please get used to working ahead of deadlines. This is your very first opportunity to practice the professional skill of working ahead of a required deadline. I know your high school brain says March 10th, it has to be in. I'm not even going to think about that till March 9th at 10 o'clock at night, right? I know that's what your brain tells you, but I'm telling you to start shifting into a professional mindset. It's not the way that our world works. We have to be ready in advance of a deadline. It has to be done, complete, good, and well before a deadline ever comes. So start now changing that automatic high school thought into college thought. I'm going to get it done early. I'm going to turn it in. I'm going to start to build that academic habit of not waiting till the end. It will become too much in the adult world. It will not work. And so we're trying to get you ready for that world, and today's your first chance. You're here, you're the first people to get your hands on that paperwork. Other people will start to get it tomorrow. It's not a long, lengthy process to get that done. Take the letters of reference to your teachers tomorrow. If you've been here for 2 years and you don't have any teacher that can say anything good about you, that's a concern for me. You should have a couple people that can tell us something wonderful about you. So get it to them tomorrow and let them have the time that they need in order to fill it out and get it back to you. I promise you, if you turn it on, if you give it to them on a night, they won't say something nice about you. Okay? Give them the opportunity and the respect that they deserve to fill that out, and start to build your professional mindset today by getting after this and getting it done and getting it back in a reasonable amount of time and hit the early deadline and get the extra points, because that's what will make you successful going forward. That's what you do early college for, is to learn things that will make you successful going forward. Things that you don't know today, that you'll know later on, like the young man whose mom came up to me and said, not only did it change his academic career, but it changed his professional career. He has habits that we might not have even known to instill in him, that he learned in early college. And so start to learn those important lessons today, that if you do this process any other way, there's not going to be someone to teach you about it. So it's a really important lesson, and it's a great opportunity to practice it right away.
I think we're good unless there are other questions.
If you have anything that's really individual to you, we'll stay and answer any questions that you have. So feel free to come up and ask whatever you might need to ask.
Thank you all.